61 seconds of logos. Also, the insane idea that it takes the combined bank accounts of Sony, Columbia, and MGM to finance a moderately funny sequel to a moderately funny buddy cop comedy based on a 40-year-old TV show.
Previously on 21 Jump Street.
Previously awning in a movie. Movies aren't TV, people. Also, previously on adds a new scene that wasn't actually previously on, where Jenko and Schmidt wrangle live lobsters just to set up a not particularly funny callback to this scene about an hour and a half from now.
That's a ghost.
The only clue Jenko and Schmidt got from the video was Metro Port and the time, and this port is huge. Nevertheless, they managed to drive to precisely the right warehouse on the first try because plot.
What are you doing? Huh? I got a new identity that's gonna be killer.
Somehow, even though they're in the only car around and they're parked in full view of the warehouse, they're able to go through Schmidt's entire get into racist stereotype identity routine for all the some time without the ghost and his men noticing them. Loading a semi full of illegal goods in a wide open warehouse with nobody on the lookout so that anyone, say 2 random undercover cops for example, can walk in on what you're doing.
Orale, vato.
Making me have to figure out the statute of limitation rules on the phrase, "it was a different time."
Oh, yes. It was Dora and Diego and Swiper.
This works longer than it should.
Take him out, guys. They're cops.
Jenko and Schmidt escape being killed 6 minutes into the movie because Ghost's men inexplicably scatter and fire blindly instead of just taking aim and shooting the cops before they have a chance to get behind cover and draw their weapons. Also, taking cover from gunfire behind a pallet of cardboard boxes.
Who's that? I think we're moving.
Scene does not contain a neutron dance. The truck is suddenly full of roaming animals, even though none of the containers were open. Schmidt has more than a few pounds on Jenko, so if all that cargo net is attached to his Jenko's ankle, there is no way both of them didn't instantly plummet to their death the moment Schmidt went over the edge. Schmidt and Jenko survived this.
Apparently they have many arms.
They have 8 tentacles.
Deputy Chief Hardy would be excellent at tentacle sense.
She doesn't get that it's always worse the second time around.
The Empire Strikes Back, The Godfather Part 2, and Mannequin 2 On the Move have entered the chat.
Good thing there was an even bigger abandoned church directly across the street.
Yeah, that's convenient.
22 Jump Street believes it has saved itself from a sin by pointing out its own convenience. 22 Jump Street is wrong and getting 5 additional sins for the hubris.
22 Jump Street is the lick.
Lick credits.
Now these kids take this and they get laser focused for about 4 hours of studying and then they party like it's goddamn 1999.
This movie came out in 2014, so college kids would have been at most 8 in 1999. So how bad could these parties be? Lots of pony rides and piñatas, I'm guessing.
Welcome to college.
Yeah. Pop-up hamper.
Shower caddy.
Movie decides that the best comedy is just showing an item and pointing out exactly what that item is.
I'm gonna veto that poster. It's a touch childish.
Okay, what do Lambos have to do with touching children?
I get that Jenko is not supposed to be smart, and they played around with this in the first film, but I was still at the point where I believed it was possible for him to have passed the number of tests he would have to pass to become not only a police officer, but to go into the undercover program. This time around, not so much.
They still have books?
A joke in a 21st century comedy about how no one reads anymore cliche.
So we'll go to all Cynthia's classes and activities, ask around about the drug, and find out who the dealer is.
They are no longer in the library, and Schmidt is following up on the last thing he said when they were in the library. So I guess they just walked in silence outside and waited till they were in a more crowded location to loudly discuss their undercover case.
Dude, in human sexuality, do you get to or do you just get to watch people
Neither.
What the am I taking it for then?
Gonna guess it's to set up a series of throwaway jokes later in the movie that are as obvious and unfunny as this one. Among the wars on the board under failed American policy is Cola Wars. First, that's not an American policy. It's an advertising campaign. Second, it didn't fail. Coke totally won that. Discount Kurt Russell.
Mr. McQuaid?
It's the first day of this giant college class, and so Professor Oswald already knowing a student's name is ludicrous.
They can't fire me. I'm indestructible. I'm sleeping with 2 of my students. Her and her, I actually am.
Tenure does not protect a professor who has had an inappropriate sexual relationship with a student. To be fair, we never see Discount Remy again, so maybe he was fired, but I can't trust this movie to do the right thing, so sin it I shall.
That girl's in my psych class.
Damn, she's hot. Go talk to her.
I guess I should be happy Schmidt isn't being encouraged to hook up with a high school kid, like in the first movie, but this still feels all the ick.
Slam poetry, yelling, angry, waving my hands a lot.
This movie is making me yearn for the simpler times of slam poetry comedies such as So I Married an Axe Murderer, is a sentence I never thought I would utter. Apparently the cells in this prison open directly on the visitor's area, which seems like a very bad idea.
They sent us in undercover to college to find the dealer of this new synthetic, and no one will tell us anything.
I find it odd that Jenko and Schmidt are giving Walters any information on their current case, or that they came to him in the first place. Why wouldn't they just go talk to other undercover cops who have similar experiences? Obvious way to get Rob Riggle and Dave Franco back in this movie is obvious.
Do you remember that stupid tattoo?
A bazooka. I think I might have did it on a football player, guy with a red mohawk. I don't know.
Out of all the tattoo shops in town, Schmidt and Jenko just happened to pick the right one, and just happened to talk to the right artist, who just happens to remember that the recipient of the tattoo was a football player. This feels less like competent police work and more like plot.
Dude, I'm sorry, I got my Q-tip in your meat, bro.
Thing my college girlfriend said to me after I tried to surprise her during her pre-bedtime ritual somehow made its way into the movie.
All we have to do now is rush the frat long enough to confirm that Rooster has that bazooka tattoo.
Jenko could have just checked out his arm in the locker room when they were changing after football practice. But instead, movie goes for the fish out of water protagonist in a college comedy pledge a fraternity cliche.
Come on to the roof. Come on to the roof.
Although you have to admire Jenko and Zook's Spider-Man-like climbing skills, that is not the roof. That is a balcony.
I love to be alone. I am like the best at it.
Vanity!
I expected tonight would go in a way that you wouldn't expect, but what I didn't expect was tonight would go in the exact way that you would expect. You know what I mean?
I do not.
The fans used to rush the field after every win and stare on the goalpost. The coach hated it, and so he cemented him in.
Goalposts are already placed in after the concrete is poured, so I'm not sure how much more one could cement them in.
Dude.
Bro?
Dude,
Dude,
I'm so pumped you're gonna be on this team, bro.
You would think that who gets to be on the team would be up to the coach and not the very drunk quarterback. You'd be wrong.
What's up with it?
What's up is Schmidt has clearly falsely presented himself to someone and still chose to have sex with her under said false pretenses. And they'll still end up together because movies.
It's like all fun and games, and then you wake up in bed next to a 40-year-old freshman.
19.
Considering this is college and not high school, and there are plenty of older people who could go to college, why did Schmidt's undercover age have to be 19? It could have been 30 and no one would have thought twice. For some reason, nobody on this campus bothers putting on their shoes before taking their morning after walk of shame.
What the is this? This is bullshit.
Waiting until Jenko and Schmidt are finished assembling this totally useless murder board before asking what the it is.
We're talking missionary. We're talking missionary. We're talking when I'm on top and she's on her back.
We're talking movie has time for this.
I will give you some daps, Schmidt.
Giving daps to your detective for hooking up with a college student instead of doing his job.
What the We've been looking for this tattoo for days. Do you understand this means Zook is the dealer?
Not necessarily, but it does mean that Jenko has been withholding vital information in the investigation, and that Schmidt should definitely report it. But he won't, because these people are terrible at their job and are in no way qualified to take down a widespread drug ring, but somehow they will. The movies.
Those crispy cheese got mad Wi-Fi in them.
Yeah, we made a batch for the whole dorm, man.
Casually admitting to committing a felony by drugging everyone in the dorm without their consent. Also, not arresting or at the very least questioning Keith and Kenny on the spot when they confessed to having committed said felony. They could have solved the case of who the dealer is right here. Lucky for Schmidt and Jenko, all of the frat is 100% focused on selecting new pledges in a room that prevents them from witnessing any of this comedy bit.
Let's do this.
I don't even have any more cameras.
Jenko drills half a dozen holes in the floor without anyone in the room below hearing the noise or noticing the rain of sawdust falling down on them.
Time to prove that Zook's a dealer.
Somehow, getting away with clumsily sneaking into the house and noisily planting all the cameras, but risking getting caught by watching the camera feed while still inside the house.
And Brad could be like our guy. He could be a part of our thing.
Zook plays the pronoun game, so we'll keep thinking he's the Wi-Fi dealer until the real dealer is revealed in Act 3. Somehow, Jenko and Schmidt have time to hide all these cameras and get out the window before Zook can manage to walk up one flight of stairs.
Oh, I'm having a bad trip. We're having a bad trip.
This Wi-Fi-induced sequence trips on for all the some time.
Do you have anything to say?
Please don't kill us.
If you don't have anything to say, open your mouth.
This ends up being a pledge prank, of course, but goddamn, who in 2014 is still using a school shooting scenario as a setup for a prank? Read the room, assholes.
Pledges! Tonight, we separate the weak from the strong. If you don't make it through tonight, you're dead to all of us.
Setting up a deadly declaration without any actual rules as to what constitutes making it through tonight.
Rooster, light the torch!
There is a torch literally lit in Rooster's hand already. A 9 and an 8? Jenko has been drinking for 4 hours straight, and he nailed that vault. Rooster and that rando judge on the right are dicks to Jenko.
Hey, Schmidt, what the man?
After tripping balls followed by 5 hours of nonstop drinking, these two are still able to walk in a straight line and have a conversation without slurring a single word. What the indeed?
I don't know. Maybe we should just Maybe we should just investigate different people.
They keep going back to the well of this, talking about our professional relationship like a romantic relationship, as if they're thinking I'm going to run out of skits, but they'd be wrong.
Maybe we should just investigate different people.
Also, how does investigating other people even make sense? They both believe Zook is involved in the drugs, so they would both need to stay focused on him. Jenko and Schmidt did not know how to 22 Jump Street correctly. Why does everyone on this campus insist on walking around shoeless? This university must hold the record for cases of athlete's foot and tetanus shots.
It's like these two share a single brain, Bob.
That's right, Jim. They both have one half a brain.
These announcers clearly attended the Bob Uecker School for movie sports announcing.
There's a sock on the door! Don't come in!
Considering the only other person who resides in that room is currently preoccupied with aggressively working out, who else is Schmidt concerned with just walking in the room unannounced?
What are you guys doing here?
What are you kidding? It's Parents' Weekend.
Why would Schmidt's parents be there, though? They're not undercover cops and could either screw up Schmidt's operation or put themselves in harm's way. Not like every parent shows up for Parents' Weekend. I would argue that on most campuses, it's at most 10%.
My parents are here too.
Maya, hurry up. Your mama done found the table she wanted.
I can't believe Maya is Dixon's daughter, said no one who has seen a movie before.
Dad, this is Doug, a guy that I'm dating.
It is? Because earlier Maya asked Schmidt.
I mean, you're cool with just hooking up.
Maya is a dick to mixed signals.
You're gonna be in like the annals of football history.
Dude, you could make it into the annals of football history too.
Making each other the butt of the joke.
Bye.
How long have you been there?
You mean how long has she been in the spot you've had visual contact with all night?
You're more messed up than Cynthia was, and she went to the school shrink 3 times a week.
Why?
I don't know, but he gave her a ton of pills and shit.
We find out later that Mercedes sets up the school shrink to take the fall for the drug dealing. However, we're given no indication that Mercedes knows Schmidt is an undercover cop until they confront her on spring break. So Mercedes giving Schmidt another potential drug dealer is convenient as f***, and I don't like it. Also, if it wasn't for other characters randomly bringing up Cynthia to remind Schmidt and Jenko why they're here, I'm pretty sure this case would never get solved. The movie expects me to believe that after all the shenanigans I've witnessed with these two, that Schmidt can competently pick a lock, and I do not believe you, movie.
Got it.
How can you be sure? Apart from height and weight, most of the fields on this form are either blank or marked NA, including the subject's name and phone number. This report could belong to any student who happens to be 5'10" and 125 pounds.
I wasn't told that I had a 9 a.m. session.
Yeah, no, we're your 9 a.m., that's us.
This works.
Look at the facts.
Matter of fact,
Zook has the tattoo.
Once again, these two draw unnecessary attention to themselves by talking about their case in front of a bunch of random people. It's almost like the movie is trying to tell us they're not good at their jobs.
Are you wearing Kevlar?
Yes, and he's probably been wearing it since before you got to the captain's office, which makes it odd that you wait until now to bring it up.
Oh, Oh,
This scene decides to perform the Kristen Schaal as a horse test to see how long the joke remains funny, and if its goal was less than 3 seconds, it won.
I just want to say that it was bizarre not to share the fact that your daughter went to MC State.
Schmidt has a great point and might have stopped Captain Dixon from using his AK. Today was a good day.
What if Captain gets to punch you in the face one time really, really, really hard?
Nah, I got something way better than that.
Family drama or not, I'm pretty sure the captain would be suspended or fired for tasing Schmidt in the Dixon.
We have to stop treating this like it's exactly the same as last time.
Somehow a quote from the lone writer in the room who wanted to make this sequel fresh and original makes its way into the movie. Sadly, that writer was fired shortly thereafter.
We did have carte blanche, not no more. You got that expensive chase in the beginning?
The movie decides to test how many times one can break the fourth wall before it stops being funny and just turns into self-referential nonsense. This movie crossed that line about 40 minutes ago, and there are still 40 minutes left.
Warning, find a supplier, but don't cost the department no more money.
Unless the department intends not to pay Jenko and Schmidt for continuing the investigation, this is impossible.
The supplier is putting drugs inside the books in the library where literally no one goes anymore, man.
No one except for the literally dozens of people who were in the library when you walked through it earlier.
Dude, I gotta go or I'm gonna blow my cover.
Which Jenko was not concerned about a second ago, talking openly about the case in front of the doc. He's playing football, so yes, he are ignoring you.
My brother needs me again.
You know, loyalty is cool. I admire it, and I know he's your brother, but you can't allow yourself to be held down by a guy just because he won't let go.
Jenko, who is supposed to be a trained undercover officer, takes the time to have this conversation with Zook instead of immediately coming to the aid of his partner who has broken the case and is in potential danger.
You're interrupting a really stellar blowjob.
It's clear that Schmidt still has his pants zipped up and Jenko still has his helmet on, so this shouldn't work, but it kind of does.
Where's your gun?
What?
Do you have guns?
No, I don't.
Jenko, when the bad guys ask you if you have guns, you say yes.
Well, Why don't you put your guns down and let's fight like men?
Because we have guns.
Having a conversation with the cops you're about to kill about how you have guns instead of just using your guns. Go.
Are they even still chasing us?
A fair question, since none of them followed Schmidt down the stairs, and Jenko had time to run all the way back to the stadium to jack the helmet mobile for a getaway call.
Why did you do that? We were about to catch the supplier. What's wrong with you?
Look, if you don't say something, people will never stop discriminating.
Ghost's Humvee was about 100 feet behind them just moments ago, but somehow this overweight golf cart has stayed far enough ahead for this conversation to take place.
Will you please do something about how slow this thing's going?
Luckily, one of the courses Schmidt took while undercover was Golf Cart Speed Modification 101. This is clearly the intersection of two sidewalks, but apparently people drive on the sidewalks so frequently on this campus that they require a posted speed limit.
I got offered a scholarship to play football here next year.
The fact that Jenko got offered a scholarship based on his performance in one practice and 1.5 games, and also the fact that this is probably not that odd, because football. Also, movie has time to interrupt a high-speed chase for yet another we're breaking up conversation.
You're under arrest, sir.
Hey, I'm an officer, all right? Just take me and I'll explain later.
Potentially blowing your cover by flashing your badge in front of hundreds of students and fans instead of just letting them take you in and showing them your badge when you're alone. The crowd and the team cheer for Jenko and carry him off the field on their shoulders, even though he wasn't playing for most of the game. Getting your parents to help you move out of your undercover assignment.
We have identified and arrested one Dr. Carl Murphy.
Up until now, Wi-Fi has been spelled as a single word, but this newscast decided it needed a hyphen.
You're not supposed to throw rocks.
Casual battery of a minor is casual. Also, the sign clearly says not to feed the ducks. It says nothing about throwing rocks.
They're just lobsters, dude.
Movie wastes time and the cost of half a dozen lobsters on a not very funny callback to a not very funny previously on scene that was not even in the first film. Brian De Palma's 22 Jump Street.
I looked into the ghost background, and I saw that he pays tuition for a student at MC State.
But I stopped my research short of finding out which student because we've still got another 20 minutes of movie to fill.
I have time off. I'm on spring break.
Spring break? There would not be football games being played at any university during the spring outside of scrimmages, unless there's some college XFL I'm not aware of. In case you confused it with an actual city in Mexico. Ocean, hotels, waves, guns, talcum powder. Excitement? There is a 0% chance that this bright pink, wide open bag of cash could sit here on this busy sidewalk without somebody taking it long before Mercedes arrives for the pickup.
We're gonna get all these kids at spring break hooked on Wi-Fi. Then you're gonna bring it back to your turf and you're gonna sell the out of it. Sell out of it. Do you see that?
Discussing the expansion of your drug trafficking operation, complete with the written business plan on a whiteboard in a public bar where anyone could just walk in on you at any time.
That's like what they did on the Golden Girls. Like Blanche did heroin.
All right, I just sit here and be silent.
Blanche never did heroin.
Citation needed.
Mike, what are you doing here? This is a shootout.
No, this is spring break. It wasn't a shootout until Dixon made it one.
You know who's behind us in that car? That's one of the best drivers that we got.
Mercedes' Jeep was long gone before Jenko and Schmidt even spotted the Lamborghini. Dixon has no reason to believe that the car is following them, much less that one of his men is driving it. Even though Mercedes had a considerable head start and this hotel is packed with spring breakers, Schmidt magically picks the right hallway and the right floor and catches up with her. Also, it would have been easy for Mercedes to lose herself in this crowd, but instead she decides to wait for Schmidt and fight him because reasons.
What am I doing?
Why'd you try to kiss me?
I didn't try and kiss you.
This kiss understanding goes on for all the some time, and despite the fact that there are only 10 minutes left, movie has time for this. The idea that this gun remained untouched in a hallway with hundreds of potentially drunk Americans before Mercedes got back to it might be the most unbelievable part of the movie.
Wait. Now, Maya.
What?
Somehow, Dixon escaped the Jeep, Maya showed up at the same hotel as her father, and both of them ended up exactly where they needed to be on opposite ends of this sky bridge at exactly the right time to rescue Schmidt. What indeed?
You have the right to remain silent.
No, I got this. You go handle the ghost. He's on the roof.
Unless he happened to spot the ghost after he freed himself from the handcuffs and followed him to the roof before showing up to rescue Schmidt, there's no way Dixon could know this.
Bye-bye, Terminator!
Instead of just flying away, Ghost has his pilot hover within jumping distance of the helipad to taunt Jenko.
I just realized something. You don't hold me down, man. You lift me up.
Literally and figuratively.
Just like this conversation is leaving the climax of the movie hanging, literally and figuratively. They just murdered the out of those guys. Yay?
Now, for your next mission, you two sons of bitches are going to medical school.
Instead of suspension, Captain Dixon's reaction to walking up on an officer who accidentally shot himself while trying to shoot his partner is to assign both of them a new case. We will now be treated to 4 minutes of teasers for future films, games, products, and shows in the Jump Street franchise, all of which look like they'd be a whole lot funnier than the movie we just watched.
The lobster, I wish it had more lobster in it.
Now, obviously, we've all heard this statement before. First impressions are important.
I'm sorry I don't do impressions. My training is in psychiatry.
Woman! Whoa, man! Whoa, man!
Dude, I'm sorry. I got my Q-tip in your meat, bro.
Oh man, I got my meat in your Q-tip.
Two great tastes that taste great together.
Michael, parkour! Parkour!
Extreme!
Parkour! Parkour!
How's the peeping? Tommy. How's the peeping? Tommy.
You're late.
A wizard is never late, Frodo Baggins.
Oh, okay. Well, sometimes I feel like that we should be more like the Yangs.
These words and the words that follow were not written only for the Yangs.
We gotta go! We have to wait for pudding!
And get ready for the most splendiferous pudding pop you have ever seen.
Oh, I feel so alive!
Gonna need some more FBI guys, I guess.